All right, so are you ready to dive in?
Always. Let's do it. What have we got?
Okay, well, today we're taking a look at patience.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, patience. And specifically, I guess, the limits of patience.
Okay. I can see where this is going.
Like how much can someone take before they finally snap?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm,
And we're going off of that excerpt that you shared.
right. Yeah.
The one that, basically lists out all the different ways people might take advantage of
Oh, yeah, yeah.
someone who's patient.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It's almost like, it's kind of a cautionary tale, right? Like
Oh,
if you're too patient, people might
they might walk all over you.
walk all over you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's interesting how patience is portrayed in this source because it's not just like this,
Right.
passive virtue,
Yeah.
It really highlights how I guess how kindness can be mistaken
Oh, yeah.
for weakness, and how some people might see it as an invitation
Mhm.
to tease or to take advantage or even to
Ah.
accuse or even harm.
It's really a warning, isn't it? Like, be careful about being too patient
I think so, yeah.
because people might,
You guys have boundaries.
you have
Yeah.
to set boundaries. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it uses such powerful imagery too.
Right.
It talks about,
Right.
being trampled like grass or
Right.
having your good nature used.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's intense.
it's almost like they're saying that there's a limit
Hmm.
to how much
Yeah.
you can be patient.
And then eventually something has to give, right?
Exactly.
And I thought it was interesting too how it talks about the buildup of resentment.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
That was a really interesting part.
yeah, it's like each little slight or transgression or whatever is like
Yeah.
adding a coin to this jar,
Ooh, I like that.
and you can't see it building, but it just gets heavier
Yeah.
and heavier until eventually that jar is going to overflow.
Right, it's like a tipping point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then what happens when someone's patience finally runs out?
Well, that's where this whole storm metaphor comes in.
Okay.
And this is where it gets, I think, really interesting.
Okay.
Because the source suggests that on the day that someone's patience finally breaks, you won't even recognize them
Oh,
anymore.
that's like a complete transformation.
It can be, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so a storm,
Yeah.
that's a powerful image.
It is.
But what might that actually look like? Is it always like a huge outburst or?
Well, that's the thing about storms, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they can range from a sudden squall to
Okay.
a full-blown hurricane.
Right.
So, I think the source is really emphasizing the unpredictability of it all.
Okay.
For one person, it might be
Right.
this, sudden emotional outburst like tears, or
Yeah.
anger. And another person might, I don't know, maybe lash out verbally, say things they later regret.
Yeah.
And then in some extreme cases, it could even manifest physically.
It really depends on the person and the situation.
Exactly.
And it's also a good reminder that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we always say still waters run deep.
Right. That's a perfect analogy.
We really underestimate the strength and depth of people who are maybe more quiet or reserved
Right.
because their patience might seem endless.
Yeah,
But like any resource, it can be depleted.
absolutely. We all have our breaking point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what we're taking away from this is that pushing someone beyond their limit, even if they seem really patient,
Mm-hmm.
can have some serious consequences.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think the big question here is how can we better recognize and respect
Right.
the boundaries of others?
Even those who seem endlessly patient.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think it's something we can all think about, Maybe even think about times when you've been incredibly patient
Right.
and times when your own patience has been tested.
Yeah.
I think it's all about, being mindful,
Mm-hmm.
noticing those subtle signs that someone might be reaching their limit.
Exactly.
Because once that storm hits, who knows?
You never know what might happen.
It's unpredictable.
Yeah,
So, something to think about.
absolutely.
All right, well, until next time,
See ya.
dive on.
Yeah, keep diving.
Night.
Thanks.